We are back this morning to deal with the summonses as per the agenda item on the last hearing to today. I will now call on our counsel to take us through this morning. Thank you, counsel.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Morning.
Commissioner, in terms of the matters for today, essentially nothing substantive will occur. All matters we propose will be adjourned and extended to next week, Tuesday, the 29th of November 2022 at 10 a.m. Essentially, the reasons relate to the provision of documents that relate to evidence given by the Prime Minister and other witnesses, including Gabriel Michael and Mr. Kilapat. Commissioner, in that regard, if I could deal with item number 1, firstly, that's a summons issued to the Prime Minister, Honorable James Marape, summons number 21.
Yes.
Now, Commissioner, if I could also invite my friends, Mr. Varitimos and my friend, Mr. Wood, as well to, I guess, if they're minded to enter the appearance for this particular summons, so we could deal with this matters. We have discussed what should occur in relation to the conduct of matters relating to the evidence given by the Honorable Prime Minister. So if I could just allow my friends to announce their appearance, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Sure, MM with Mr. D. Wood and R. Tevlone, T-E-V-L-O-N-E. Is the audio coming through, Mr. Commissioner?
Sorry, Mel. Initially, when you commenced, we had an issue with the audio, so if you could just restart again, please.
Thank you, Councillor Sisting. So if the Commission pleases, Varitimos is my name for the record, initial
Yes.
MM. I appear with Mr. Wood and Ms. Tevlone, T-E-V-L-O-N-E. Is that coming through, Councillor Sisting?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner and Councillor Sisting. So we appear for Curtin Brothers Holdings, NG Limited and Ballymore number 39 Limited, who have summonses returnable today. And there's also been some discussion between Councillor Sisting and Mr. Wood and myself in relation to this particular summons that's been mentioned. It's been agreed that certain documents will be tendered today, so perhaps we could do things in logical order. So if Councillor Sisting, suitable Councillor Sisting, if he could agree to have those documents now formally tendered that we discussed, which are 2 affidavits and some letters, perhaps Councillor Sisting could seek to have those tendered now.
Yes, Commissioner, as my friend has correctly pointed out. Essentially, Your Honor, Commissioner, in respect of this particular summons, we will be asking that the summons be adjourned to the 29th of November 2022 at 10 a.m. for hearing. Now, my friends and I will settle the formal directions in relation to tendering of documents firstly, and also in relation to provision of further documents, particularly documents that will relate to documents that have been requested relating to the Prime Minister's summons. Yes. To be given by close of business tomorrow, and further documents relating to the Department of Lands documents that also touch on matters that deal with the summons issued to Curtin Brothers and Ballymore. So I just mentioned that. I just mentioned that at the outset. But for purposes of tendering the documents that my friend has referred to, probably my friend Mr. Wood can correct me in terms of the description that we are proposing. There are essentially 5 documents, Commissioner. Firstly is a letter to the Commission Council Assisting dated 14th November 2022, a one-page document. We propose to mark it as Ballymore Curtin Brothers in brackets Ashurst number 1.
Yeah.
There are also 4 other documents. Firstly, the affidavit, secondly, the second document is the affidavit of Lubia Evora dated 14 October 2022. That's 180 pages, proposed to be marked as Ballymore Exhibit Ballymore Curtin Brothers in brackets Ashurst -2. The third document is the affidavit of Lubia Evora dated 14th November 2022. It's about 49 pages, proposed to be marked as Exhibit Ballymore Curtin Brothers in brackets Ashurst -3. The fourth document is a letter to Commission Council Assisting Gibson Guerrero dated 14th November 2022, 2 pages, proposed to be marked as Ballymore Curtin Brothers in brackets Ashurst -4. And the final or fifth document proposed to be tendered is a letter to the Commission Council Assisting Gibson Guerrero dated 18th November 2022, 2 pages, proposed to be marked as Ballymore Curtin Brothers in brackets Ashurst -5. So those are essentially the documents. If my friends could confirm that that is the position.
Yes, we have spoken to Council Assisting and we agree with those descriptions allocated by Council Assisting, and on that basis we formally seeking that those documents be tendered into evidence. We do have copies for the Commission. If I could provide those copies to my friend Mr. Guerrero, we have clean copies. And so in respect of the first document, which we propose as Mr. Gibson said, Ballymore / Curtin Bros in brackets Ashurst 1, we have a copy of the letter from Ashurst to the Commission dated 14 November. If I could provide that to Mr. Gibson. For the sake of convenience, I'll also provide proposed exhibit number 2, which is the letter, second letter dated 14 November from Ashurst to the Commission. Next document I provide is a copy of the affidavit of Lubia Evora sworn on the 14th of October 2022. The next document proposed is the affidavit of Lubia Evora sworn on the 14th of November 2022. And the fifth final document is that of an Ashurst letter to Commission of Inquiry dated the 18th of November 2022. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner, and as I mentioned, if the Commissioner could just confirm that those documents will be tendered and marked accordingly. We will settle the terms of the specific terms of the admission of those documents, Commissioner.
Thank you, councils.
Yes. And Mr. Commissioner, just following on from what Council Assisting said and the documents that have been tendered, one of the documents that has been tendered includes a letter of the 26th of October 2022 from Ashurst to Council Assisting. We've had conversations with Council Assisting before the hearing, and he's agreed to confirm for the record, and I ask him to now do so with respect, confirm for the record that the matters contained in paragraphs 3 and 4 of the letter from Ashurst of the 26th of October are accurate and correct. I just ask him to place that on the record with respect.
Thank you, Council.
Yes, Commissioner, I refer particularly to the affidavit of Luby Evora. Yes. LE 26, Commissioner.
Yeah,
That's the document.
The letter of the 26th of October 2026, it contains paragraphs numbered 1 to 8, and I respectfully seek, consistent with our conversation before the hearing today, confirmation of the accuracy of the matters contained in paragraph 3 and 4 of that letter from Council assisting, if the Commission pleases.
Yes, Commissioner. So, Commissioner, that is the position. We had a detailed conversation this morning. And I do confirm the matters that my friend is alluding to.
thank you, Council. Having considered the exhibits that have been demonstrated this morning, and in response to that, Council, I admit and I approve that these documents are accepted to the Commission, and you can do the directions for me to sign on that. But the exhibits on Balimo, Kitten Brothers bracket 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is now accepted by the Commission. Thank you.
The Commission pleases. Thank you.
As the
We have
Commission
one
pleases.
matter to clarify with to assist the Commission and Council assisting.
I can hear you here. Can you speak up a bit?
Sorry, Mel.
Thank
there's
you.
issues with
Can
the-
you hear me, Commissioner?
I can hear you now, yes. Thank you.
Yes, sorry, Commissioner. Another matter of clarification, and we've had this discussion with Council assisting,
Yes.
is this that, and it's consistent with what I informed the Commission at the last appearance, once the documents requested are obtained and Council assisting has kindly agreed to provide some documents by this Wednesday afternoon, once those documents are obtained, they will be considered, obviously. And we are mindful, of course, of the mandate that the Prime Minister's given to the Commission to finish the report by the 16th of December and the work to be done towards that date, and also the roadmap issued by the Commission. We therefore reiterate that our clients do not wish to unnecessarily take up time of the Commission by needlessly cross-examining witnesses if it's not necessary. Having said that, of course, our clients continue to require to be provided with natural justice and procedural fairness. Once the documents Council assisting has agreed to provide are provided and considered, it may be unnecessary for us to cross-examine the Prime Minister and take him away from his other responsibilities and duties. So it's important, of course, that we get those documents in a timely fashion so we can advise Council assisting of our position and so the Prime Minister can be appropriately advised. As indicated, we don't wish to unnecessarily take up time, and we're mindful of the time pressures on the Commission and the other commitments of the Prime Minister. So we're hopeful that it won't be necessary, but it'll be subject to getting the documents promptly and reviewing them. So we just thought, as a matter of courtesy, we should advise you, Commissioner, of that position, and so that can be passed on also to the Prime Minister's lawyers.
Thank you, Council. Council assisting.
Yes, Commissioner. So we obviously have agreed to that course for the reasons that my friend has outlined.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have not had the benefit of any communication from the Prime Minister's lawyers for this morning, and that's another reason why we will be that we've sought sought the adjournment and extension to the 22nd, Commissioner. One of those commitments may be the budget that the Prime Minister is involved with. Now, Commissioner, that deals with the Prime Minister's summons, but whilst my friend had also mentioned agendas 2 and 3 relate to his particular clients. I can't recall. Did you formally appear in that, Mr. Veritimos?
If the Commission could recognise and record the appearance of myself in relation to those two summonses, together with Mr. Wood and Ms. Tevloni, in respect of those two summonses, which are summons 3 and summons 4 that relate to Curtin Brothers and Ballymore.
Yes, Commissioner. So those summonses are also for mention. So if they could also be adjourned and extended to the 29th of November 2022 at 10 a.m., Commissioner.
Yeah.
That essentially deals with the tendering of documents and the extension of summonses in relation to those 3 matters, Commissioner. So
Yes.
unless there's anything further that my friends wish to raise with the Commission.
You have,
If I could just...
yeah, Council.
Sorry, Commissioner. Sorry to cut across you. I was going to say if Council Assisting could confirm that those two summonses are adjourned for mention only, not for hearing.
Correct. They are for mention only, Commissioner.
They are for mention.
That's
Thank you, Commissioner and Council Assisting.
summons 3 and 4, Commissioner.
That's for summons number 3 and 4, Veritimus. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Summons 1 in relation to the Prime Minister. Mr. Veritimos and I also spoke to Council Assisting Mr. Gororo before today's hearing, and in relation to the Prime Minister's summons, it was discussed and proposed that, and agreed by Mr. Gororo, that in relation to the Prime Minister's affidavit sworn on the 7th of November this year, that Mr. Gororo will provide certain documents referred to in that affidavit by close of business. It's intended that occur by close of business tomorrow. And if I could ask Mr. Gororo in a minute just to confirm that the documents to be provided will be the summons that was issued to the Prime Minister or his lawyers. The second category would be the schedule to that summons. The third category of documents are those NEC decisions referred to in the Prime Minister's affidavit. The fourth document is the letter of intent referred to in the summons to the Prime Minister. And Ashurst have also requested copies of all correspondence between Council Assisting the Commission and the lawyers for the Prime Minister's, all correspondence backwards and forwards in respect of the service of the summons and that correspondence relevant to the compliance with the summons and the making of the affidavit by the Prime Minister. So we agreed with my friend Mr. Gororo that he would provide those documents to us by close of business tomorrow, and it would assist if Mr. Gororo could perhaps confirm those matters. Thank you.
Council Assisting.
Yes, Commissioner. As I indicated earlier, those are matters that we will settle in terms of the formal directions that will be issued. So those are matters that I did raise with my friends this morning.
Yep.
And that is, in fact, correct.
Thank you. So that's the position from the Commission in relation to this 4-part question that you raised. Yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll settle those directions with my friend Mr. Gororo. It was also discussed before the hearing today, and Mr. Gororo could also perhaps confirm that Mr. Gororo, Council Assisting, will be providing certain exhibits from the Department of Lands file and KCH file, but again, we'll settle those proposed directions with Mr. Gororo in due course. Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, Commissioner. I also confirm that there appear to be some matters, particularly in those correspondence that I did mention to my friends this morning,
Yes.
that appear to be potentially adverse to the clients, and as such,
Yeah.
we need to have those matters brought to the client's attention for the consideration and action. So that is the position. Unless anything further my friends wish to raise?
Thank you, Mr. Gorora, and also just for the sake of completeness, in the affidavit of Lubia Avore sworn on the 14th of October this year, in tab 2 is a list of certain exhibits that have been tendered to the Commission, and again, we'll have to settle a proposed direction with Mr. Gorora, Council assisting, but it is has been discussed and agreed that Mr. Gorora will, by close of business tomorrow, provide us with a copy of the NEC exhibits, NEC GS 1 through to 16 of Ms. Grace Solon, who was the Secretary to the NEC. And again,
Yeah.
we can confirm and settle those things with Mr. Gorora. Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes, Commissioner. They are referred to in LE1 of Mr. Avore's affidavit, and I do confirm that is the position. So we will settle directions in those terms, Commissioner.
Thank
And
you,
I have
Council.
that, issued to Asher's lawyers.
So you have until tomorrow to get this settled from the position of the Commission.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Council assisting.
Thank you, Mr. Varitimos.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
So, Commissioner, that deals with essentially the three substantive matters for this morning. Agenda is 1, 2, and 3, Commissioner. So, for the unless there's any further matters that my friends wish to raise, if my friends could be excused, Commissioner, for purposes of the hearing this morning.
Thank you, Councils,
Thank you, Commissioner. Nothing
for
further.
your presence this morning, for assisting the Commission in these questions and documents that have been given to the Commission. And until we return back on the 29th, you can now be excused from the past then.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Varitimos, and good morning to you from PNG.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So that leaves us with the balance of the matters on the list. Now, I did indicate there was a leave application, Commissioner,
Yes.
number 13 by Mr. Nico Mark Jones of Tatana. Commissioner, I'm not sure if Mr. Jones is present or a representative is present on his behalf. But essentially, Commissioner, we'll be seeking a direction, as we have done for previous applications of a similar nature, that leave be granted in respect of this particular application. So that is the position of the Commission, and we submit that the appropriate direction be issued in that regard. So that's item number 39, Commissioner.
Thank you, Council. In respect to leave application number 13, and in consideration to that, the Commission directs that one, Mr. Michael Mark Jones of Tatana Village is granted leave to appear with any legal representatives, and that is in relation to amended terms of reference number 1, bracket D, close bracket. Again, dated is 22nd day of November 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner. And I think as a matter related to that, Commissioner, if I could just mention for purposes of the public and particularly those persons who have been joined as interested persons or for whom leave has been granted, we propose to list all the matters relating to the landowners on the next week, Thursday, Commissioner, which is the 1st of December, Commissioner. So I can see there's a number of interested persons, particularly landowners, that have been joined as interested persons under term of reference 1, paragraph D, subparagraph quadruple D. So if I could just make mention that we will be listing all the applications for mention next week, Thursday. Now, it is intended that by this week we will provide to other interested persons documents that have been, well, a number of documents that have been lodged by those persons. And then on Thursday we will then have have those applications, well, not the applications, but the matters relating to the term of reference mentioned, and then set a timetable for matters to be raised or evidence to be tendered thereafter. Perhaps not on the Thursday, but a date soon thereafter, noting that the deadline for the inquiry is in mid-December. So I just mentioned that while we have the attention of those interested persons and who are also present this morning.
Thank you, Council. From the information that I have, the Commission have, is that this is the 13th application by the landowners group. And given the benefit of doubt, I'd like to also emphasize that you have Thursday, which is the 1st of December. Is that right, Council? For all the landowners to come to deal with your application. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. So, yes, Commissioner, not to deal with the application. They have been granted leave to appear. It's a question of now timetabling them in terms of when they'll give evidence and what evidence they'll be giving in respect of the specific term of reference that relates to them.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Council, for the verification of that. That's in line with the terms of reference on the specific questions that relates to the landowners group. So I have given a direction that that will be on Thursday, which is the 1st of December.
Correct.
That's right.
Commissioner.
Yes. Thank you, Council. While at the same time we don't want landowners to be disappointed, and that's why you'll be given the benefit on Thursday, the 1st of December. That's the direction from the Commission. Yes, Council.
Commission, please. Now, Commissioner, with that, we now propose to have a blanket direction issued in respect of the balance of the matters on the list. So that's agenda items number 4 through to 38.
Yes, that's right, Council. Having considered the circumstances and in light of the progress made so far, insofar the Commission is concerned, and we are aware of the situation that also the Commission is confronted with, especially with the timing, a lot of issues that have been raised. And therefore, sometimes situation can be unavoidable because of these factors. And therefore, in considering that, the Commission directs that excluding agenda items number 2 and 3, which we have dealt with this morning, that's 4 to 38 that appear on the daily diary, that all other matters are now further extended to Tuesday, the 29th of November 2022 at 10 a.m. for hearing. Dated is 22nd day of November 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Commissioner, there being no other business before the Commission this morning, we propose that the hearings be adjourned to next week, Tuesday, the 29th of November at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Council. Just closing remarks from the position of the Commission. I have probably repeated a number of times that we need to get down to the business of coming to the closing this Commission of Inquiry. And my position is very clear, and that is in relation to the evidence that have been adduced to this Commission and the statement that have been also received by the Commission. We have not really looked at the questions that will be raised in light of this statement. That's including the Prime Minister. And that's why it is my solemn appeal that I made to the key witnesses with this Commission of Inquiry that you help me guide this Commission to come up to the finality of this Commission so that I can complete this inquiry, meaning that if there is a need that statement needs to be examined and questions have to be raised, we need to do it. And that allows a conscience that must be very clear. Sitting on this chair is not that easy. The country is looking at us and what is developing out of this room. And therefore, it is imperative that this statement that I've made must be made very clear. That comes, when we return back Tuesday, we really need to get down to the business of closing this Commission of Inquiry by looking at all those statements that have been adduced and exhibited to the Commission. That's what I believe in, and I know that with the help of all the councils on both sides that are now coming in to assist us, I know that when we are closing in to complete this inquiry, our thoughts must be very clear, and the statement that we made must be clearly verified so that we don't have any issues that are going to be left that we have not been dealt with. That is the position of the Commission. And that's why I appeal to the public, but I have also appealed to the key witnesses that we need to come and ensure that we are guided in a way where we can end this Commission of Inquiry. So as our Council has indicated, we don't have any other matters to deal with this morning. Once again, thank you for your presence this morning. And until I see you again on the 29th, which is Tuesday next week, as I said, you can now adjourn all the matters to Tuesday. Thank you.
no question, I object.